I am your host Ushma Tyagi, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to the very first edition of WADE India Events and Awards 2016. WADE India, or Women Architects and Designers of India, is a platform to powerfully connect and recognize all women who have played any role in designing and building life spaces for this nation. We are proud to share that we have a very special guest with us today to mark this event with her gracious presence, a woman of substance herself, Dr. Kiran Bedi.
Everything needs a spirit. Everything needs to come to life. And that life which a woman stands for. Every building is a life because they're living people who breathe in it. And therefore, I'm come here out of respect for what you're doing. I remember when I was running a prison, I'd just taken over as IG prison. So मेरे पास एक नक्शा आया and said, will you please sign this? I said, what is it? They said, it's a design of the Tihar jail, new jail. So I said, I'm not signing something which will live much beyond me. I want to re-examine. I started to work in the prison and I realized that the current architecture of Tihar jail, which I was working on, did not meet my needs. So I said, no, I reject it. So I rejected it. Friends, good news is I succeeded. And the new plans of the prisons, which today Tihar has, incorporates yoga center, playway school for children, a dining hall, a proper modernized kitchen, a compound, etc. What I'm saying, friends, is that we are in the business of living lives. And in living lives, building plays a very important role.
First panel for the day. The topic for the discussion is challenges for a woman architect or designer to start own practice in India and the ways to overcome.
This event itself of bringing all of us together is a fantastic idea.
Because I started my practice with my husband, Nimish Patel. The clients and everyone would want to look at him and talk. When you go onto the site, the craftsmen, the masons, they don't want to listen to you. But eventually when they see that what you're doing and you're not going to give up, you're going to be at it, whatever happens, they start respecting you.
I grew up in Bombay. I had very progressive Bengali parents. I was in denial about many issues. I used to say, no, I face many problems. Gender is not one of them. It's even in Germany, the women are complaining about exactly the same thing. Like Odile Deck, for example, you know, the Parisian architect, she told me that even though she started the office and her husband joined later because he graduated later, they always assumed even 3 years after he died that she worked for him. So it's happening everywhere.
One time that I really felt this whole gender bias. We went to meet the client, and then of course I was working on the project. And this guy could not palate the fact that there was a young woman working on his project. And he was so mean to me. And he actually made me doubt my own ability as an architect. And at one point I said that, what is happening? I mean, you know, I have studied architecture, I have done well for myself. Why am I questioning myself? So I said, doesn't matter. I just took him on head on. And I said, I will do this project whether he likes it or not. We did it, and actually it worked out very well, and he got a lot of compliments for it. So idea is that you really need to hang in there. You have to be able to go against odds and not really get dissuaded, not really get down with these things.
With a state rank, when I said, okay, let me apply for architecture, architecture seemed to be the natural thing that I would want to do. And when I went for the interview, the professor asked me whether I was depriving a boy of his career by taking up a seat. And I was shocked. I was not prepared for that kind of an answer.
Briefly, reflections on what has changed?
It has changed. If it hadn't changed, then we wouldn't be all sitting here together.
On one hand, through social media and through TV and all of that, you see that some section of society is more liberated, but I feel also there's more anger.
Our second panel discussion, a retrospective from the successes of men-women partnership firms and women-only firms.
I'm so glad that we have a fantastic panel here. 3 distinguished couples who are in business together for several years and are also together as life partners is something that we really need to look into. Ankur, of course, is not a lady here who works with her husband, who's also an architect. And we'll have to hear from her why she has thought like that.
This is the most beautiful panel selection that we have over here. And all these 3 are fabulous couples. I mean, they represent how partnership should be. In my case, it was, it was a marriage of mind, and it was not a marriage of business.
Personally, between having a firm that is individual for me to having a firm with Zubin, we started the firm together years ago. And so I think, the way, instead of having one mind on it, there are 2 minds on it. It's just a huge added advantage.
It was just a natural progression. It happened, we were working together, we liked each other, we kind of unspokenly, okay, we will get married, and it was very natural.
Everything happened
naturally. It was not like, okay, we're going to do this, tick, 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 nothing like that.
Work and home obviously does kind of overlap, specifically when you are together, like, 365, 24.
Ours is an interreligious marriage, and the only way to convince her father was to show that she's my business partner. So I honestly actually started the practice in spite of having a lower salary than she had, just to prove it to her parents that, let her education count.
We move on now to yet another powerful session. Topic would be a perspective being a celeb designer. Would like to welcome our speakers for this session, Suzanne Khan. Would like to welcome our second speaker also, Zareen Khan. And this session shall be moderated once again by Dr. Anuradha Chatterjee. May I please have you on stage again?
There's a general negative perception that things come easy to celebrities. This panel sort of challenges that, and that's a gross misrepresentation of the reality. So I'm going to start with Zareen.
I had a love for interiors from the very beginning. I have to tell you how I became that famous. Anyway, when I started this little company, so we sent these little flyers to all the film industry people. So the first call we got, this was my first job, was from Mrs. Manoj Kumar. She said, I have a bedroom, Zareen. Can you just do it up? We worked on bended knees, I mean it, and did this up with so much of love and affection that what turned into this musty smelling bedroom was really like a French boudoir. And it became so nice that Hema Malini came and saw it, and she had what, I won't name the person, she had a very top architect doing her home. She loved it so much, she dropped that architect and took us on. So we did Hema Malini's house, and from there was no going back.
Awesome. Suzanne, I believe you also trained under your mother, Zareen.
Thank you for having me here, Wade, and I'd just like to say hello to all of you. So yes, my first kind of the biggest inspiration to go towards this field was my mom.
I need to say one thing. She was also so artistic because she used to come along with me, even when she was about 6 or 8. And you won't believe, as a young child, she knew the difference between fawn and beige.
I didn't even blink an eyelid. I had to be in the world of design. So I think that the whole process, like my mom's saying, of wanting to be a success at work, and this whole thing about, are celebrities just hired because people want their name attached to their home, or are they talented? See, your work speaks for yourself. Nothing that I can say can go beyond my body of work. Yeah.
Are there any obstacles that either of you have faced?
Very strong negative, because before you enter a room, there are a couple of people who can just look at you and say, okay, she's just a pretty face and she may not have anything that she has anything much to say.
I would now like to welcome on stage architect Sanjay Puri, Principal Sanjay Puri Architects, to pay the tribute to architect Zaha Hadid, an architect who needs no introduction.
I'll just say a simple fact that men shed tears less often than women, by and large. And then it's really very, very rare that you would shed tears for somebody you've never met or never known in your life. And that happened to me when I heard that Zaha had passed away. Her interest in architecture came from studying mathematics and studying what magnetic forces do. Look at the perseverance. It was at the age of 44 that she finally got her first commission to do, and the Vitra fire station. Look at what she left behind. Currently, 950 projects in 44 countries. Just 10 years after her first building, the first woman to get awarded the Pritzker Prize, the Nobel Prize of Architecture. Her signature style can be seen in every single thing that she did. I mean, I don't know how somebody finds the time to do so much. Shoes, jewelry, yachts, every single kind of product design she's lent herself to, and each one is completely different. I'm not qualified actually to give a tribute to somebody who's so beyond what most architects are and most architects can do. But the great thing is that it's going to live on, because there will be architecture which was pre-Zaha, and there will be architecture that is post-Zaha. And to sum it up, her thoughts in just one line by her, there are 360 degrees, so why stick to one? Thank you.
I am going to invite an exceptionally talented actor, dancer, and an awesome host. Your host for the evening, Hussain Khwajarwala.
First of all, welcome all of you lovely people out here to this wonderful evening. I just shifted into my new house, and I can totally understand the kind of effort that all of you guys put in to make our homes heaven. Trust me, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's time for the award categories, and I shall just briefly take you through the award categories that we have for today. First is the role models. This initiative is built with the association of our partner magazines, Surfaces Reporter, and I think they deserve a round of applause for the kind of initiative that they have taken. Started in July 2015, the hard work is finally seeing the light of the day with the recognition of role models. We have the second, which is a special category, Emerging Young Women, the third category. It is time to start the award for the role models. Also, I would like to call the founder of Vade, Vartika Dwivedi. I was backstage. She actually told me about the entire organization and how and what has she done. It takes a lot of effort to put up something like this, and I think it's a great initiative that has been taken by her to actually appreciate all the women architect designers. And can we also have you on stage, madam? Supraja Rao, everybody, round of applause. Great role model. This is Santham Mathu. Congratulations, ma'am. This is Seema Puri Ulland. Congratulations, ma'am. Next up, Shabnam Gupta. And up next, the beautiful daughter, Suzanne Khan. Everybody, round of applause for Suzanne Khan. Obtained an associate art degree in interior design from Brooks College, Long Beach, California in the year 1995. Suzanne founded and introduced the Charcoal Project, India's finest and most unique design concept store. Thank you, thank you. And up next, now we have a round of applause, everybody, for Sheila Sri Prakash. an award-winning architect and designer who founded Shilpa Architects in 1979. Sita Nanda is the proprietor of the interior design firm, the new generation of designers. Sita Nanda, everybody. Next up, Sonali Bhagwati. See what is happening in the world, but never forget the ethos of the place you are designing in. Sunita Kohli is a research-based interior designer. She dreams of starting a first-class school for underprivileged children. And now we have a round of applause for Neena Puri, everybody. Neena loves landscaping and dreams of living in a beautifully landscaped Mumbai. Up next, Parul Zaveri. She dreams that we move towards an environmentally sustainable, healthy, peaceful and harmonious world, free of planned obsolescence and GDP as the measure of growth. With a round of applause, would like to welcome Mrs. Zareen Khan. Payal Kapoor is an interior designer of an international repute. And now we have Pony Conceso. Up next we have Rennie Lijo. Rennie feels it's a grave responsibility on one's shoulder to realize people's dreams and aspirations. That's for Rupanna Reddy. Rupanna also sees herself counseling women who wish to come back to the profession after a break. Lalita Tharani, a gold medalist from Sofia Polytechnic. And Lalita says architecture is 20% design, 80% sheer hard work. Next up we have Krupa Zubin. She's the co-founder of ZZ Architects Mumbai. From the smallest object to the largest space, detail always matters. Up next we have Chitra Vishwanath. Chitra is the co-founder of Pyom Environmental Solutions. I hope I've got that right. Kana Patel. Kana is an architect and interior designer with over 28 years of professional experience. Kana Patel. And now we have Anupama Kundu. Anupama dreams of a society of equal opportunities. And up next, now we have Ankur Khosla. She prefers to take the path less taken, creating unique designs with due respect to the site and client's brief. She believes good intention and action will always produce good results. And last in this category, we have Abha Narayan Lamba. Abha is a conservation architect based in Mumbai. Abha is deeply inspired by India's rich cultural heritage and dreams to have an India where every human being can live with dignity. Geeta Balakrishnan. Geeta Balakrishnan is the founder of Ethos. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Krishna Rao Jaisim to announce the name of our emerging young women architect. The award goes to Kritika Kemra, someone who has beautifully connected architecture with nature. And I would like to call on stage Mr. Sarosh Wadia, Vice President, Triple ID, to kindly announce the name on stage and give away the award.
The award goes to B. Shweta.
Delta Young Emerging Innovative Architect and Designer. That's Priyanka Khanna. Congratulations. And you've got the award for the Wade Delta Young Emerging Innovative Architect and Designer. We have the final vote of thanks. Mr. Pragat Dwivedi, the director of Big C Macom.
Ladies and gentlemen present out here, it's a very warm good evening. I'm Pragat Dwivedi, and today the introduction reverses. It's husband of Vartika Dwivedi. So far in my life, I have been always introducing Vartika, my wife. It was the first day today. I feel proud to say it and share it that I have been saying since morning. Husband of Vartika. All of your presence have been not only very encouraging, but as a whole team, I never believed in the concept of woman. But today I believe what she was thinking. It was actually just bringing an awareness that actually women are behind every creation. Thank you all for coming. Thanks a lot, Vartika.